is finally here. The new era of Yugioh has finally arrived. New studio, new stuff, and a new card game. So let's get started. Starting with the start, the first episode is directed by Naoto Hashimoto and storyboarded by Nobuhiro Kondo, with chief animation directors Kazuto Tadano and Hiromi Matsushita. Working under them we have Isamu Fukushima and Joji Yanase. While I absolutely love the characters, tone and energy from this first episode, I am a little let down production-wise. While I am a fan of the character designs, I was hoping they'd be put to better use. This episode was, well, I don't want to say it was static, but it didn't move very much as I would have liked. The reason why I was so excited about these simple designs was how much it would have allowed for more expressive movements and expressions. While the expressions were there, the fun movement wasn't. That doesn't mean the episode was bad, it's just that a little bit of decent character acting would have elevated the episode further for me. Moving on, Kondo, the series director, handled this episode's board. While not too complex, there are a fair number of decent shots, good composition, interesting angles, and framing throughout the episode, aided by very good, composite, and colorful lighting choices by Hashimoto, the episode director. Shots that are equally as interesting can be found in the opening, which Hashimoto also directed, though the board in the opening does suffer from a few awkward shots that linger on a bit too long. Since this is a brand new series with an entirely different stuff, it's still too early to identify and figure out whose corrections are whose. But I'm sure as the series goes on, I'll be able to identify the various styles and quirks of each animation director. But for the most part, the corrections in the episode are pretty solid, since the two character designers are working on this episode as chief animation directors. So it's to be expected. Now for the actual animation highlights. While it's nothing too impressive, the very first scene with a giant dueling mecha I suspect could be animated by the prop and mecha designer Takahiro Yamada. There's a nice rotation cut in the opening that might have not been animated by him, but was likely corrected by him. Then from the opening we have a neat little rotation that introduces the main four characters and ends on the reveal of Goha City, animated by Yasuzo Ino, whose work you may have seen from Fairy Tail's final season. Next we have a quick but great cut of Yugioh falling to the sky, animated by freelance animator Hiroyuki Takashima, showing off some neat lightning and effects work. It's a shame that their cut is so short. Through looking at their previous work, it's very clear that they're very talented. So I hope this isn't the only time we'll see their contribution in this series. Another animator I really would have liked to see more of is Genichi Takase, who animated the scene where Yugioh declares his summoning chant. These cuts are just as short, but you can still make out his easy to spot smoke and effect shapes. Lastly, we have who I assume is Hiromi Matsushita's work. This sort of matches his timing, but there's way too little information here to be 100% certain. And there it is, SEVENS' episode 1 breakdown. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot to go through, but I hope we get to see more impressive cuts later in the future as the series goes on, where the talent can really show their stuff. But until then, see you in the next video.